It's live now.
All right, it's live now?
Yeah. It's live now.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I want to call to order the November 24th Public Works and Melanie Fitness Committee meeting. Take a roll call. Trustee Steve here. Trustee Brown.
Present.
Trustee Holmes. We're gonna move on. We're gonna do a pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic.
The republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yes. Okay. Now, say a prayer. Tammy, Trustee Brown, could you say a prayer?
Father God, we ask that you allow us to have a productive meeting and hope that something can be gained out of this meeting that we're having this evening for Public Works in the Melanie Fitness Center. We ask these things in your son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Okay, so first order of business on the Public Works Committee meeting is item 1 is repair roof of the Public Works office building. We covered this at the last committee meeting. Matt, Stacy, could you go over what's going on with the roof and why it has to come before the board before we make the decision to improve it?
Right. Yeah. I brought up last time at the last meeting about the roof on the Public Works office building. We have some holes that are in the roof. I had Scott come out. He took a look at them as well, and the holes on them are pretty decent size to where it's leaking. On the second floor, it's coming down. It's leaking into the men's locker room area. It was leaking in the hallway to where it was running down the stairs. And before it gets into being any type of a safety issue, I went out. I had some bidding done because I spoke with Scott. Scott said it was a pretty large job, and once you start on that, he couldn't be pulled off of it to do any other repairs, like at a different department or whatnot. So we got some estimates. Scott came out, talked with the roofing companies. We have one proposal from Stewart Roofing in the amount of $14,500, and then we had another one, Knickerbocker. They're out of Harvey. Stewart was out of South Holland. Those were the two bids that came out and looked at our building. The Knickerbocker one was around $40,000. I spoke with Scott because I don't know too much about roofing. I had him look at both of the bids, and he said everything that the Stewart Roofing Company was doing was acceptable. You know, it wasn't like they were doing anything that was like temporary or patching or whatnot. They're going to be repairing the whole roof on the front office building. So with that, I just wanted to bring it to the committee, let you trustees know about it, and see if we could get some approval to move it to the board meeting to get approved so we can get the roof fixed. The sooner we get it fixed, the better it'll be because of the damage that's up there right now. We don't want it to get any worse than what it already is. So that's why I brought it to the meeting again, so we can get it to the next step, which would be a board meeting to vote on.
What question is why is there so much of a big difference in the price? 14,000 between 14 and 41,000.
I'm not sure. I had Scott look it all over. Everything to me it looked to be the same. I don't know if the roofing company, they may be a union roofing company, so we got to pay the prevailing wages and all that. Mm-hmm. But everything else is the same with, the repairs and all that.
Okay.
So I can double check with Scott and find out. I can let you guys know if you have any other questions. I'll ask him what the difference was.
Yeah, because if we
basically the same thing. It was just this company is probably doing it as a non-union company, and the other one's a union.
Union company. Okay, we'll check with Scott. I mean, I say, any questions, Trustee Brown?
None. Did we discuss this before with finance or no? Did we ever discuss this with Jason and Chris, or we never did?
I'm not sure if it went to finance or not. I'm not positively sure. I know we spoke about it at the last meeting. I did not have the estimates as of that time. We were still waiting to get them back. So that's why I brought them now. I did email him to Trustee House if he would like to look at them. And if he's got any questions, he can get in contact with me, Trustee House.
Yeah, if I can do that, because I do recall speaking about it, and I think the biggest thing was, and maybe to Trustee Brown's point, that yourself, Chris, and Liz all work together on the best way to get it done and make sure that the money's in there. Aside from that, I think I'll take the recommendation collectively of the three of your heads.
Okay. So I say let's move forward with this, and once we talk to Liz and Chris and yourself, then we can move forward and put them on the next agenda. Or I don't think that would just be on the warrant list, right? If we just have to go forward with it, right? Huh?
I think with the amount of it, I think it still has to go before the board to vote on it.
Yeah, I'm saying, but wouldn't it be on the warrant list or just vote on it be part of the bills, or would it be an individual item?
Anything that I've put on before has been an individual item that the trustees, looked at and then vote on.
Okay. I say let's move forward with it. Trustee Brown?
I say the same yet.
Okay. All right. So we're going to move forward on that. The next item is staffing. I know we talked about this at the last meeting, and then I guess what I would like to say, what's the whole, is it budget reason why we haven't moved forward with this? Do we still have to, that's a decision made on the executive side. I even know we got to check the budget to make sure the money's there, right. But make sure once we make sure the money's there, we can just move the mayor and the administrators, they can move forward with that, right?
I thought the money was there because the money is already allocated. So it's not like we're adding more on. We're just utilizing what was already in there because these employees are gone. The money is still budgeted in there. So, what are we waiting on now?
I don't know offhand. I brought it up and Liz and Janice said they were going to speak with the mayor. I'm not sure if the mayor had them go through applications or whatnot. But I know the union did file a grievance on this. The minimum staffing is 19 employees. We're down 3. We're at 16. And right now, one of my employees is out sick, Will Bobo. I'm not sure he's off sick right now. As of this moment today, I don't have a return date, I think, until the end of December. But now that puts us down to 15 guys. And 2 of them are in the shop, so that leaves 13 guys that are in the field working every day. That's why I just wanted to bring this back again. And like I said, in the contract, it states 19 employees as a minimum.
So these positions are already budgeted for?
I know 1 or 2 of them were, because the other guy checked on, it went past the budget year. So 1 or 2 of them should still be in the budget. I'll double check with Chris to make sure we didn't go past any timelines. But yeah, it's winter times here, and I have 7 drivers. But if to drive the big CDL trucks, if anybody's off on vacation or whatnot, we get snow, then I'm dwindling down on drivers. So yeah, I was looking for the mechanic for in the shop and then 2 CDL drivers.
Okay.
That's what I was looking for. So however it works, that's the way it goes.
Trustee, are you there? Jason?
Oh, yes, I'm here.
Okay, we did say that these individuals, the money was still allocated in the budget, correct?
Yes, to my knowledge, everything's been budgeted. We said move forward, so it's administratively just hiring the person.
Right.
Okay, so we just got to get with Liz and Janice and see what's the holdup.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna move forward with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Next
So we both, me and Trustee Brown, are in agreement with that.
So we can reach out to them tomorrow, correct? And,
yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Do it.
Dante, you can cut your camera off and your mic off.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. So the next thing is the vehicle replacement and repairs. Now you sent us the quotes for that. I know the last time we talked about it, we were waiting for the quote. So we got the quotes. The question I have, and I guess it'd be help. Trustee House is on the call. Last time we did this, which was about a year ago, it came out of a specific account, which is a capital improvement account. Right. Is that money still there to do that? Do we still have money in our capital improvement account to make these purchases?
I spoke with Chris today, and he said yes, it's in there. But I'm waiting for one more follow back call with Ron Smith dealing with the MFT money, the MFT funds. We're waiting to get a phone call back from the state to see if we can use MFT funds to purchase trucks as well, seeing that they're maintaining and we're using them to fix the streets and keep them repaired and clear of snow and all that. So if I can wait on that one, just till tomorrow, and then I can get back with you trustees on that one. But I do have another one, which I emailed to you guys today. It's our other boom truck. It has a lot of hydraulic lines that are in the boom itself that are broken and need repaired. So they can't use the boom right now. The cost estimate on that is $8,400. $8,412. I'm just looking to get approval to get that boom fixed, which would help us have one truck out trimming trees and cutting trees daily, and then we can have the other one back to doing streetlights daily. So it's over $8,000, or it's over my $1,000 limit to approve. So that's why I just want to bring it to the board, see if I get any approval on getting it repaired. Because it will have to go out, because once they take that boom apart, they're going to have to put it back together and certify the boom again.
Okay, so you're saying you're asking him we approve getting the boom fixed and replacing the vehicles?
No, not replacing it, just fixing the boom on that one.
Fixing the boom and then purchasing more vehicles. Right,
but the two big plow trucks that I told you about earlier, I want to hold off until I get that phone call back tomorrow.
Yeah.
I have the boom truck, and then I also, if we can do the MFT funds with these trucks, that will free up the truck budget, the new purchase of equipment in my budget, which would allow us to purchase 2 more pickup trucks.
Okay.
So I put a price in there for the pickup trucks up from the Ford dealership, which has 2 pickup trucks, and Ford does financing for the villages now. So they gave me a finance quote as well, to where if we wanted to do 2 payments in 1 year, or if we wanted to break it down into 4 payments. Okay. So that's from the Sutton Ford that I emailed you guys. The total on that would be $77,000. In the budget, in my budget for Public Works, I have a new equipment purchase of $100,000. I spoke to Chris. He said that money is there for $100,000. So if worst case scenario, if they won't allow the if the state won't allow us to use MFT funds, we could pick up these smaller trucks with the plows and be able to use those as well.
Okay. Okay. All right. So I guess let's any questions, Trustee Brown?
Nope, none.
So I say let's move forward with it, and then, like you said, you get them questions answered tomorrow from Ron Smith, and just got to figure out, if you're going to use that budgeted item or the MFT funds or the capital improvement funds to make these purchases and make these improvements. Do the boom truck, you said hydraulic stuff like that. Does that have to come out of different funds, or can we just just get that out of the, just a regular.
That'll come out of my vehicle maintenance budget.
Vehicle maintenance budget. Okay. Okay. All right. Any other questions, Trustee Brown?
Nope. He answered them all.
Okay. All right. So we're done with the Melanie Fit. We're done with the Public Works Committee meeting. But there's a question, Giovanni. If you can read that question that I see on the live feed, I'll read it.
Oh, yeah, sure. Okay. Just for clarity, I'm asking the resident to provide their address, just because it looks like, based on the question, Public Works will likely need to know the address.
Or maybe they can email it. But they can answer that question. He can answer the question about tree stumps. The question is, thank you for getting the tree in front of my home. The tree was cut down partially. What happens to the rest of it? Why isn't that cut to the stump? What's the next step? And I know you can explain the whole getting the stumps cut up.
If that's the one I'm thinking of, it's there was a home on Avalon that we did a tree, and it was a larger stump which required a 2-man saw. They didn't have the 2-man saw with them that day, so we have to go back and cut the stump down with the 2-man saw. The smaller saws weren't able to cut it. Okay. So if she can email me, Candy, if you can email me your address so I can make sure I'm at the right address, I'll make sure we get that taken care of for you.
And I know from my understanding, Matt, usually I have another company come up and ground the tree stumps out, right? Yeah, with the tree stumps, we don't have a stumper, large stumper like the outside contractor does. So what we do with the tree stumps, once they're down, we usually wait until we get about 15, 20 of them. And then they like to come out and just do a boatload of them. So they're in town most of the day cutting everything we got. So as soon as we get a group of them together, 15 to 20 of them, they'll come out and they'll stump it all out for us. Okay. All right. And one more thing I want to, if Matt can explain, go ahead. No, you're all right. Go ahead. If you can explain the streets that were redone, and the process, because these streets are picked a year prior. Right. And so when do we pick the next set of streets? Now we picked the streets this past April for next year's CBDG grant. So we went through the areas that HUD said qualified for street repairs and all that. And we went through, myself and Ron Smith, and we drive through them, take a look at them, check them out. Also, the other engineer from Robinson Engineering goes out as well. We look at some streets, we get a list together, and then we also give a copy to the mayor. The mayor goes out, he checks them out as well. If he thinks one is worse than the other, he'll let us know. But other than that, we did pick them in April for next year. Okay. Those, I don't have off the top of my head. Those are at the office. But yeah, we do it as qualifying areas through HUD. Okay. And them streets are in the packet. So the board has a list of these streets. Right. The board has to vote on the resolution. They get a packet of it all. The streets are in there. They have pictures of before. When the project is completed, they get pictures of the after. So yes, all the streets and all that are in the packet for the CDBG grant. Okay. That's distributed to the board. Okay. All right. So I guess moving forward, let's, there's always talk about streets, which streets have been picked, why they picked this street. So, it's in the board packet that we can definitely look at. Right. And, make it as transparent as possible. Anything else, Trustee Brown, before we close out this Public Works Committee portion?
Nope, not at all.
Okay. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for Matt, Stacy, thank you for participating. Appreciate your input. And I'll be looking for that information from you and we can decide to move forward. Okay, not a problem. Thank you. All right.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. All right. Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
One more question.
Yeah.
Why was only a quarter of 154th Minerva done? You know?
Because the street was not as bad at the south end as it was on the north end.
Okay.
And plus, we were tight with the funding because we didn't get the 250, we got the 100,000. So yeah, but at the south end of Minerva on 154th block, it was not as bad as it was on the north end.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right. Thanks a lot, Matt. So now we're going to move to the Melanie Fitness Committee meeting. I'll call to order Melanie Fitness Committee meeting. Take the roll call. Trustee Steve is here. Trustee House.
I'm here.
Trustee Brown.
Present.
All right. So we're going to move on. And we have the first item is listing Melanie Fitness Center with a broker. The church that was interested in Melanie Fitness and still is interested. I told them as we were talking, I said, you gotta give me a date. I gave them a date. If this doesn't move past this date, if you don't have nothing concrete for us by this date, then we have to list it. We were hesitating to list it because we're already going to take a little hit on the price. So we wanted to kind of not have to pay the commission fees. And if we had a church that wanted to buy it and stuff like that. So they're still in the run. They're still interested. They just have to go get a few more things in order. But I didn't want to wait no longer. I want to at least list it to at least open it up to other people who may be interested. So today we have Dante Taylor, who is a real estate broker. And Dante, you here?
Yes, I'm here.
And is your partner on? Is what yet?
I don't see her on. Maybe she's in the waiting room, and you probably have to let her in.
Giovanni.
Hey Ed, I think she's in. Is her name? Is it Angie?
Ancha. Her name is Ancha
I
Garrett.
apologize, Ancha. She should be joining in here shortly.
We just wait. What's her name again?
Her name is Ancha.
Ancha. We just waiting for Ancha.
Garrett.
Okay.
I saw Ancha's name and accepted her, but she hasn't joined in yet.
So while we are waiting for Ancha to get in, Mr. Taylor, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah.
Your history here in Dolton, and then your history as a real estate broker, and what's your plan? How can you help us sell Melanie Fitness? Yes.
Well, once again, my name is Dante Taylor. I've been a resident of Dolton for 10 plus years. I'm an alumni of Thornridge High School and also Chicago State University. I'm a former football coach of the Dolton Bears youth football team, where my son played for 3+ years. Professionally, I started in real estate over 10 years ago, investing in Dolton, Calumet City, and University Park. Over the past 5 years, I've worked in sales and leasing of residential and commercial real estate. Presently, I sit on the board of trustees for the Chicago Association of Realtors Foundation, as well as I've served on numerous committees and work groups for Chicago Association of Realtors and Illinois Realtors, as well as a past board member of Dearborn Realtors Board, an African-American real estate trade association. So my vision for Melanie Fitness Center is to be able to expose this property to a larger pool of potential buyers through the extensive marketing that we do at A&RE Partners. We believe that we can get Melanie Fitness Center in front of more buyers with a greater chance of the property being sold in a faster market time.
Okay. Okay. Did your partner come on yet? Did she come back on? No, not yet. Any questions for the board from as far as which if, Dante, if you can tell us your commission fee, yeah, if you can tell us more about that, the specifics that we have to do to get it listed.
Okay. So before we get into commissions, I'd like to ask a few questions that I have in regards to the income and expenses of the property condition, and also the marketing and showings of the property. So my first question would be, do the village have a mortgage to pay off on this property?
No, it is a village
Hey,
owned.
trustee, if
Yeah.
I could chime in a little bit, I think like those questions are very relevant, but I don't want to. Those are things that we might be able to use in terms of negotiation. So I would think we may want to have those conversations in a format that is not public for everybody to view, or potential buyers to view.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Mr. Taylor, we just have to set up any questions that Trustee Brown or Trustee House has for Mr. Taylor before we set this formal meeting up with him.
I think it's a good idea. So I think I'm definitely in favor of moving forward, in particular if the interested party has missed their deadline. So I think it's worth having the discussion.
Okay. Trustee Brown?
I agree with Jason.
Okay. So, so Mr. Taylor, what we'll do is set up an appointment with you and the mayor, or you and the village administrator, and to get this stuff, answer the questions that you need answered, and we just make a decision on whether or not to go ahead and list it.
Yeah.
Any other input that you want to give, Mr. Taylor?
No. Pretty much, as the trustee stated, a lot of information that we probably would discuss would be confidential information that we may not want to be made public. So I'm in agreement with setting up a more personal and formal meeting that is not open to the public.
And I think I wanted to do this to make a formal introduction that we are definitely open to listing the property, and just to give the community an update on what's going on with Melanie Fitness. And of course, the church is still very much interested, but we couldn't just wait forever for them. So that's why I wanted to bring Mr. Taylor on. And the good thing is that he is an adult resident, so that's a plus that he has history here. So it's good to support your own, the people who live in the town. He has an understanding of the town. So if your other partner is not getting on, we can go ahead and move forward, and then we can talk offline, Mr. Taylor, and we can set up an appointment.
Okay.
All right.
I think that'll be the best.
All right. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The next thing on the agenda is the Detox Cafe rent. And I wanted to get the input from the board as far as the price, and do we want to? Right now, she is paying $500 a month. Do we want to go up on that price? And is with the price do we want to go to on that? Just wanted to get input from my fellow committee members about that. Any input?
Is there a reason we're going up on the rent?
It's been over, I think she's been over a year now that she's been at that price, which is a little low for that space. But if you don't want to go up, it's completely up to the board.
No, is this something we talked about when we initially, went into an agreement with her that there is a possibility that we will be going up on the rent?
Yes, she's definitely aware of it. I mean, I'm in communication with her. She's definitely aware of it. She just wants to know the amount.
Well, we have to think about it too, since she's the only one utilizing that facility right now, and there are bills tied to that facility, correct? As far as the lighting and heating, correct?
Heating, electricity, yes. And,
okay.
Yeah. Okay. Any input, Trustee House?
I agree with Trustee Brown.
Okay. All right. And then so I guess we can talk about, but she's definitely aware of that we have to go up on that price. And you see, I tried to tap and give her a little bit like, yo, you're right in the joint. But so I'll talk to her and I'll talk to y'all, but she's definitely aware of it, of what we're going. We have to, she's aware that we're going to go up on the price, but I don't want to go up too much. But it's we still have expenses over there. Not a whole lot of expenses. We still have the pool person that's over there who comes. He comes past, 3 days a week, maybe just to check on the pool. The pool still being maintained because that's a big part of that place. And we still have a person over there part-time, so he cleans up and still answer phone calls, send bills, and he still turns in POs and so on. And we just finished doing all the refunds. So we sent all the refund checks out. Some of them are coming back, but we sent out all the refunds to people who paid up for a year, who paid up. Some people paid up for 6 months at a time, 4 months at a time. So everybody who paid up when we shut down got their refund check back, which is a good thing. Some people, in this COVID time, you never any money when somebody's struggling is good money. So that's done with. The next agenda item is, and I just wanted to bounce this off you all, is that I was asked by a former trainer about just renting out the workout space to it, and she can conduct her class there. I said, I don't know how to run that before the board, because she said she does it at home. I don't know in the climate of COVID how it's spiking right now. It would be wise to do any of that. But I wanted to get your input on that. It's a former trainer. She wants to just rent out the space, rent out the little workout place next to the pool to conduct a class, maybe twice a week or 3 times a week. What's your input on that?
Again, we would definitely have to look at the safety with the COVID numbers rising. Yeah. But if we are able to do it, let's do it. But again, safety first. So we have to make sure that we are in compliance with COVID right now. But that would be a good idea while we're still, in the market of trying to get the facility sold. But safety first. Yeah,
and that's the biggest. If anybody who's listening, is the biggest reason why two reasons why we haven't reopened, because financial is the number one reason, but it's still a safety concern. I know I do photography, and I just went to a job at Wrigley Field, and the packet of things I had to sign before I went in there, it wasn't like a release form. It was so much stuff I had to sign because they don't want nobody to get sick in their facility, and they don't want to be liable for it. So, we have to look at the concern, and but that's the health concern was one of the main reasons we haven't reopened, on top of the financial concern. Trustee House, anything?
Well, the term that you mentioned is liable, so I'm thinking also checking to see if the individual does have insurance that would cover in the event that something should happen to her participants of her class that would not hold the village responsible.
Okay, all right. And I'll hit her for that, because the other side of that is that's until we sell it, it will, on top of the rental income, if we did do that, it will still generate a little income that's over there, and that maybe can equal out the electricity bill and the other bills that we pay over there. So moving forward, that's it, and we're gonna go to citizens' address. And Miss Nixon, I don't see no comments about Melanie Fitness in the citizens' address.
You are right, Trustee Steve. We do not have any questions or comments at this time.
So on that note,
Happy Thanksgiving.
Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Can I get a second? Second.
Second.
Let's take the vote. Aye. Trustee Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
All right, a meeting adjourned. Everybody be safe for the holidays. Try to enjoy your family as much as you can. Maybe, you know, that I heard the statement, I'd rather have a Zoom Thanksgiving than an ICU Christmas. So it's good to, you know, I know people want to be around their family, but it's may be good to do a Zoom call so you don't infect other people and you don't get infected. So I wish everybody the best, blessings, and peace to everyone. And this meeting is adjourned.
Good night.